So I reiterate here, the bill is dead.
The story of this great city is about the years before this night. We are free!
Hey everybody, welcome to a new episode of Ho Ho Hong Kong. I'm sitting here with one best friend and two guys.
Hey.
Yes.
Wait, that's
the
three
one
people.
best friend is off the mic.
Yeah.
But she's closest friend in the world.
Yeah, there we go.
She's here for moral support. Or she's gonna remain anonymous.
Yeah.
But we
So-
have two more people.
So what you just did now, you hooked everyone into this one best
Yes,
friend. She's
yes.
gonna be she, and you're like, oh, I need to know who it
Yes,
is. You're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
she'll remain silent. Like, why are you telling me this?
yeah, because
You
I'm a
unnecessarily,
tease.
yeah, you unnecessarily teased me. I literally
Yeah.
came in thinking to hear only just your voice and maybe my voice.
Yeah.
You're like, there's a third person, but you will never know.
Yes.
And people are like, what the fuck?
Well, you might hear her laughing. Hopefully, if we're funny, you might hear
Yeah.
her laughing in the faint.
Unless
in
like
the background.
the noise cancelling function of this thing kicks in.
Yeah,
It's
well,
like
you have the
that-
sound.
yeah.
You let us know.
I'm like immediately putting canned laughter.
So far, she's not laughing at all.
no,
so-
clearly. So it's not the noise cancelling. It's just there's no noise.
Yeah, and okay, anyway, so aside from my best friend who's here,
Yeah.
I have two other guys who can, I guess, introduce themselves.
Hey, my
Yeah,
name is Vivek Mahbubani. You might have recognized me from podcasts such as Ho Ho Hong Kong.
There you go.
Which is this one if you didn't realize you're an idiot.
Yes,
right?
it's episode 250 something.
Yeah, 25X.
And returning guest, Jinx Yeo, back on the podcast. Jinx, how are you doing, man?
I'm good, thanks. Thank you for having me.
And he's back coming in the corner all the way from Singapore. Please
All
make
the way.
some noise. The man that is bald, but he's very funny at the same time coming over here. Please make some noise. Yay!
You're adding more work to yourself.
I
Now
know.
you have to add the sound effect.
Oh, no, I won't. That I can guarantee. Once
Yeah.
we finish this thing, I won't even remember having done this little thing in the beginning. It won't happen. Number
Yeah.
one, I don't listen to this. Number two, even if I did, I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I did that. Okay. Anyway.
Jinx, welcome back to Hong Kong. When was the last time you were here?
I think it was last year in May. Last time I was in Hong
Yeah,
Kong.
and we're recording the podcast as well. I just looked up the title of the episode and I named it Make Singapore Great Again.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know if it was ever great, but, you know,
Yeah.
maybe.
I mean, the problem is that Make Singapore Great Again won't look good on like a cap because it'd be like MSGA.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah, it's like
Oh, yeah.
MSGA.
Yeah.
It's like Canadians trying to have Chinese food.
Yeah.
MSGA.
Jinx, you are, for recap for our new listeners, you are a full-time comic based in Singapore.
Yeah.
Give us a very brief, like, when did you start? Just like the very boilerplate introduction.
Well, yeah, I started at the end of 2010. Like, I went to an open mic, and then at the end of the open mic, the MC said, hey, anybody wants to give this a try, talk to me. Hey,
You
the
just stole my whole story.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I did.
It's a very common story.
Yeah.
For comedians, yeah.
Yeah.
How comedians started.
So that was so you were watching the show.
I was watching the show.
And
yeah.
then anybody want to try?
Yeah.
What gave you the confidence suddenly? Was it the show sucked, or you were like, I want to try? That show was awesome. I want to be part of that.
It wasn't out of confidence. It was just like I wanted. I'm as you know, I'm very introverted guy. I wanted to get over my stage fright, and I didn't think I'll be doing it until now. I thought I would do it like once.
Yeah.
and then you know, or maybe a couple of times, and
And boom, and all of a sudden people are like, this guy's hilarious, man.
Yeah.
They're throwing money at you, like, oh my god, ouch, coins, why? You're like, I'll keep it. Yeah.
When you started, like, did you realize right away that you're better than most of the open micers?
no, I don't think I was, but I think there were a couple of points in the set where I got a big laugh, and I mean it's
This is your first set, the first one.
Yeah, and
Okay.
and at that time I thought, wow, this is pretty good.
Yeah, I can do this.
I mean, of course, now I know that in a 5 minute set, if you get a couple of laughs, that's
Yeah.
not a big deal.
Yeah,
Right,
exactly, yeah.
But at that time, I thought, whoa, this, yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Yeah. But I mean, like, have a lot of people asked you to come and share your story and like maybe get you to talk about, like, you know, the perseverance of comedy over the years. You know, how did you keep going? Have you ever had those things? where
Basically,
people-
what Vivek is doing is checking if you are a threat to his career.
Yeah,
Because that's
exactly.
all he does.
I do a hell
He's
ton
a
of
tough-
those,
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
Yeah.
He does this fucking hacky, like, oh, you guys can get over your stage fright. All right,
Yeah.
pay me now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, look at me. I'm making it happen.
Exactly.
Come on. Yeah. But I mean, I'm sure like this story is one of those things where like, okay, this guy you just took the leap of faith kind of a deal.
Yeah,
Has anybody like taken that thing and made, like, for example, if you get podcast interviews and people like do like a whole description out of your interview and they're like, this person took the leap of faith and Jinx had no idea he had a hidden talent that he just went up there and all of a sudden crushed it. This could be you, everybody. And like, have you ever done stuff like that?
No. Maybe one day if they make a movie about me, they're trying to make that a script.
That'd be so cool.
I don't know,
Like,
yeah.
The fun thing is like the whole movie like extremely encouraging. Everyone's like, yeah, you can do it and everything like that. And the last thing is like you coming out like, Jinx, you can't.
But like when you were here last time, I remember we talked a little bit about the Singapore comedy scene.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like on the up. And now I think it was just there, and it's like even bigger now.
Yeah.
I think there is basically a show almost every night, right?
Yeah. Like surprisingly, after COVID, Singapore, the comedy scene actually rebounded back, and it's now even more.
Yeah.
Now even, I would say more vibrant than before COVID.
Like what's the secret recipe that seems to be working for Singapore that's causing the scene to be so good?
I think it was just a lot of more. Maybe like after COVID, people had the desire to just come out and do stuff, and so now we have a lot more people willing to like just step up and organize shows, and I think that really helped. So now that's how we have like we have shows almost every like many shows every week. And they're not all organized by the same people, but
Sure.
you know, there's a lot more show organizers.
And there's
now.
a good demand for it, right?
And there's a big pool of people who wanting to try comedy as well, do comedy as well. So we have quite a sizable pool of comics as well, and then a lot of people willing to step up and organize shows, and the audience are there as well. So
One thing I noticed being there, like seeing the scene a few times, I don't know if this is accurate, but it seems to me that the local Singaporeans, the Chinese ones are not, like there's not a lot of Chinese local Singaporeans doing trying stand-up. Meaning like the few people that I've seen who are local Singaporeans are mostly Indian.
Yeah.
Is that a fair like assessment or
I mean proportionate to our population. I mean Singapore is about 70% Chinese, and so,
Right.
so if it was proportionate, you would expect 70% of the comics
Exactly.
to be Chinese, but
Yeah.
no, it's less than that. Yeah,
So it is fairly accurate.
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
do you think that is?
I think Chinese people don't want to disappoint their parents.
I guess that was it. Like, I feel like it's much harder as a Chinese kid to tell your parents versus like an Indian kid telling their
Right.
parents, you know. Now, it could be one thing is that because the parents are so strict and everything.
Yeah.
Or maybe the Indian parents don't care as much.
Right.
They're like, you want to tell jokes? I don't give a shit.
Right.
You know, like,
yeah.
you do you, you know. But I mean, like, so what about you? I mean, have you seen comics who are really good that happen to have like issues where they're like, oh, I can't do it, you know, family won't let me and stuff like that? Is that issue in Singapore?
I haven't, not specifically family won't let me, but I've seen some who like because of their work they have to put comedy like second or third place, and
hobby,
and it's comedy. There's comedy suffers because of that. Or there's I know at least one who because of religious reasons decided not to continue doing comedy.
Wow.
Huh.
Yeah.
Really? Is it because the shows are at like bars and there's alcohol and stuff?
He was a Christian, so like, it wasn't an alcohol thing. I think maybe he thought it just didn't.
I think maybe you have to rebrand. Like you don't have to. They have Christian rock and Christian metal.
Yeah.
You got a Christian comedy.
But there is a huge market for Christian comedy. Like
I'm sure
Turner
there is.
Sparks, one of our friends, he basically does like clean comedy.
Yeah.
And he like cleans up with like not Christian, but like the more
The
like
churchy
conservative,
kinda,
churchy kind of crowd.
Yeah. There'll be that. Like that.
And
could
Drew
be like,
Freilich, actually, who was on the podcast before.
Yeah.
Drew is like an actual pastor.
Yeah.
And a lot of his shows, like his last show that he did here was like, it's called Comedy is a Sermon or something. And it was basically like, it's done in like a sermon format.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like, with that person, if you ever get it, you still have contact with that person?
I haven't
sucks.
been.
Because
in touch with
like
him
that
for
would have
many
been good.
years.
Like there should be some sort of organizational association, just so you know, like a halal food. There's a little there
Yeah.
should be like Christian friendly comedy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then hopefully that will encourage anybody who has any excuse of why they can't do it. Like, let me tell you why. This is corporate friendly.
Yeah.
It's Christian friendly. Here's the certification. Here's the little badge you put on, and it's all okay.
Is he like actually like religious though? Because when you said religious reasons, the first thing I thought of was like, Muslim guy, there is alcohol at the bars and stuff, which would make sense. But the Christian thing, like, why is it even an issue? I'm so dumb when it comes to Christianity.
So I'm not sure. I think maybe because the things he talks about on stage, he felt maybe. He didn't say to me personally. I just
guessing,
I just didn't see him for a while, and then
Right.
and then I asked like why isn't he back? And then I heard it was because of like he felt he had to quit because of his religious beliefs. I think.
I mean, that sucks also, especially when you don't believe in the right one. That's like you quit comedy and you believe in the wrong religion. That's
man.
crazy.
Damn. He comes in now, Muhammad with you. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
over
wow. That's like you lose twice.
there. Yeah. Damn. But I mean, okay, so let's get back to the sea, because I'm very curious to see, like, okay, so Singapore is doing pretty well.
You were there not long ago with the Just for Laughs thing.
Yeah, we did but all in the Just for Laughs thing, the audience, it seemed to be they were not the regular comedy going people. They were like invitation kind of style. Like these were the artsy, you know, like they're
The
probably
influencers, maybe.
No, it wasn't influence. It was a lot of like, okay, you know, like how people who run museums don't go to comedy shows because they're so busy. Like, oh, is this a art symphony with the C sharp major, and they do like orchestras and they
I'm
do
the
like,
wrong guy. Don't look at me. I'm
saying,
a
like,
pig swine.
No,
What is it? A pig farm.
No, as in like you can imagine like the people who are behind, let's say, museums and everything, they'd be like the hoity-toity ish,
Right.
But not like over the top. Like I'm too good for you, but it's
But
kinda
then he
like,
came to your show.
well, there you go. See, they
Yeah.
made the mistake because they got me to perform in a museum. They're like,
Yeah.
well, if he's in my house, let's go watch. You know?
Right.
And they loved it. And
So
I'm
you
like,
felt like the composition of the audience is different from like an average comedy club.
yes, because you could tell that afterwards they had a little not meet and greet, but like, you know, the mingling thing. Now, let's be honest. No comedy show is going to have a little mingling with the audience.
Of course.
You get it? Not in that side. It'll be like meet and greet, shake your hand, take a photo,
Sure,
go, right?
sure.
This is like proper like little canopies.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that kind of
that's
thing, you
weird.
know. And you were like, okay, this feels like one of those like tourism board events where they had
Sure.
all the heads of different departments come and enjoy a show. Let's, you know, revitalize the comedy and laughter in Singapore, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's what it was. And I remember hosting the Just Laugh show. When I went out there, you could see the audience were like, okay, let's watch the show now. And I'm like, oh shit.
Was it better as a comedy audience or worse as opposed to a general comedy audience?
I would say like no, they were like timid. For sure,
Right, timid,
But then
yeah.
in Singapore, I know like initially people might be a bit timid in the beginning. You got to warm them up and get them going.
Would you agree, like, just because you obviously perform in Hong Kong a lot as well? Well, here I don't believe the audience is timid. Like, I think here they're like
I
kind of
think no,
ready.
if you get like local audiences, you
Yeah.
would get it. Like where they're sitting, but they're not really sure if they're allowed to be so noisy. They don't want to be the first person to be noisy,
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
So I think that night was a lot of like the proper like because imagine they're used to watching dramas and ballets and that they're like, oh, don't the show
Don't make
started.
a noise.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the show
yeah,
started,
yeah.
you know. And here we're like, all right, you ready for the show? They're like, well, we're here. I mean, I think that's what was understood, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Were we supposed to say something? You know,
Is the
So I think,
general
yeah.
audience in Singapore like you feel like they're timid?
Yeah, I mean, I run my own shows, and sometimes you get people who I think come to see stand-up comedy for the first time.
Yeah.
And you see them like as the comedians performing, you can see them actively stifling their laughs, like
Yeah.
Right.
They feel
covering their
bad.
mouth,
Yeah,
covering
yeah,
their mouth
yeah.
when they laugh. And,
Yeah.
So you do get the kind of
Yeah, you
audiences.
still
Yeah.
get that. I think it's an Asian thing, man. If anything, because like in school, you don't want to be the one giggling in class.
Right,
I've
right.
had many times when I go to schools and they're like, "Oh, you know, please, when the speaker talks, pay attention."
Yeah.
I'm like, no, don't
The
say that.
speaker.
Yeah,
Just
you know.
to call the comic a
I know,
speaker, it's already
I'm like,
yeah.
oh Lord, we have that. So I know, like, we're so used to the idea, like, oh, we should not interrupt. So therefore, people are like, you know, they're doing that.
Yeah.
But I think, that's the comedy thing where people don't understand that we need you to interrupt with your laughs.
Yeah.
Not with
Yeah.
your heckling, but with your laughs is good enough.
Yeah. Well, I actually want to get to like we're not here to talk about comedy. It's just like we have to talk about it because the three of us are comedians, but we're here to talk about Singapore.
Well, that place sucks. So I
All
think-
right, case closed.
Yeah, we'll see you next time, everyone.
Well, when we
Right.
were talking before recording, you are in a pickle now because if you agree with us, you're screwed and you're not going to be allowed back into Singapore.
Yeah.
But if you have to defend Singapore, then you are lying. So what are you going to do?
Yeah, exactly. It's lose-lose.
Lose situation.
I mean, I'll give you this. Okay, let's start from us. The way we know Singapore is like, let's do the whole journey. Okay.
Yeah.
We go from landing in Singapore.
Yes.
All the way to the journey towards the show. Okay, let's use that way. So the whole process, you're in the cars, there's transportation, the people on the street,
Yes.
the food and everything.
Yeah.
We can break them down one by one.
Okay.
Okay, and we compare to Hong Kong.
Yes.
Okay. So first of all, let's start from the airport.
Yeah,
Okay?
which one?
The Changi one.
No, if you're
which
going from
terminal?
Hong Kong to Singapore,
Yeah.
you're starting from Hong Kong, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, so everything's good in Hong Kong. You know, they recognize my face at the machines. They know
Yeah.
who I am. All that shit. I take the escalator. I sit on the right side, which is again the right side. That's why it's called
Yes.
the right side, right? Do everything, get on plane, all good. Then you land, and they're all the bullshit of like, oh, don't bring drugs. You might go to jail. This is the laws. You can't do all this shit. I'm like, whoa, welcome.
That's
to
one of the
Singapore.
things. Yeah. One of the things that is already like,
Yeah.
like already like start off,
like-
especially if you're like a visitor for the first time or
Yeah.
something, and you're getting all the threats
Yeah.
before you even land.
Yeah, like what's the deal, man? Like, I mean, I'm coming here to visit your place. You should be welcome. Hey, if you did
Yeah.
have a by chance, let you know we have this
There's
thing.
also
It's our-
mention of capital punishment. on the
Yeah.
plane.
You know what I mean? Like I always say, like the wording is just like very like, this is a fine. You're gonna be I'm like, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa. How about this? You know, maybe say like, hey, just letting you know. See, our thing is we don't like the drugs. Okay.
Right.
So if you don't mind, because here we get it. You do you, but you know,
Yeah.
our thing is this. So I hope you can understand that we're not into that. That could be like that, but this is you guys like straight up Singapore is like. You go to jail, motherfucker.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna beat the shit out of you. They're like, whoa, Jesus, this was home. I could, Malaysia's next door, you know. I don't have to be here. So that's the first thing that the issue with the greeting. Why is Singapore so hostile to everyone else?
Okay, you got to understand it's not hostility. You got to understand that Singaporeans, we take pride in being the land of the restrictions.
Yeah, right over there. They're like,
It's like you know, America, oh, we're the land of the free. Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Singaporeans, we take pride in being like, oh, we have the restrictions.
Yeah.
We love the rules.
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
the rules.
So to you, it's not even like it's not even like stifling. It's just like, no, this is great. That there is so many rules.
This is less of a warning. In Singapore, it's almost like an advertisement for.
yeah. Welcome. Let's get ready for the experience. Yeah. So like what you're saying is like Singaporeans are kind of like the WWE guys with that. They're like you like the cage match. You want to be in the cage, you know, all that stuff. And
I mean, that seems to be the Singapore mentality where like sometimes the government will propose a new
Yeah.
restriction.
Yeah.
Or like just recently, Singapore is like just cracking on the vapes, you know, like
Okay.
vapes.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
And I think we might be the only country that doesn't allow vapes, right?
Well, actually, we're about to
You're
do
about
it
to
here
do that too? Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
wait, I think we can't do, but people just do, but that's illegal.
No,
right?
I think now, like right now, it's in the gray area where if you have it, they can't like do anything.
Yeah.
But no, you can't sell it. And at some point, it's gonna be like you can't even have it anymore on the street.
Oh, you
So
can't
I
be
think
seen
that's
with
the
it.
next step. And I think you guys are already there, right?
Yeah, we're already like
Yeah.
literally you fly in to Singapore.
Yeah.
Sometimes your bag will get searched.
Yeah,
If you
yeah.
get found with anything related
Yeah,
to
it's
vape at
over,
all,
yeah.
so you get a fine or some stuff.
Wow.
Yeah,
so-
so here, like, if you have it in your bag or whatever, even if they see it at the airport, no problem because it's personal use. But if like it's a lot of it, or if they catch someone selling it on the street or
Yeah.
whatever,
Okay,
then
okay.
it's a
Okay,
problem.
okay.
I think my theory is that because like you're land of the restrictions, I think
Yeah.
honestly at the end of the day, every Singaporean does want to do anything, but they need an excuse not to.
Yeah.
You get it? Like they want to be like, dude, I don't want to vape. I don't want to do
So
nothing.
you think
man."
you guys like they're just inherently lazy?
No, they're waiting for the law to come in and say you can't do that either. Like, yes,
I
I
see.
can't do that now. Sweet.
So it's almost like everything like I mean for me personally, I feel
Yeah.
like you do something that I don't like, as long as you're not hurting anyone, go.
Yeah, you do you, right?
You do you. Yeah,
Yeah.
But that's obviously not the majority of Singaporeans.
Yeah, I feel like Singapore has the mentality where if I don't like something, like
no one should do
I
it.
want the government to ban it, like something like that.
Yeah.
That mentality. So,
Wait, here's a dumb question. Are you guys voting as citizens on these laws?
no, we don't have a referendum on this. Like there's a general election and then
Right. So like a parliament kind of situation.
Yeah.
So they're the elected representatives.
Yeah.
They vote on the new law of vape or whatever.
And it's like in our country, the ruling party has always had the overwhelming majority of
Sure.
seats. So there's even the debate in parliament doesn't matter because they have the overwhelming majority.
Right. Yeah.
So,
So once it's a law that like the ruling party agrees to, it's already like it's gonna pass.
Yeah. So
Right.
I mean, when they're discussing these laws, you can see the discussion on social media.
Right.
And there's always like, all these people like, yeah, you should just ban it. Yeah, no.
Right.
They're always in support of more restrictions. It's like-
Where do you think there is like a line or like when with the general population will like turn be like, no, you can't ban that. Like, what would they ban?
I
That'll
don't,
be too much.
I don't know if there is a line. Like, okay,
You guys are just so addicted to.
like recently there was a like recent years there was a law. You know you go to the hawker center and
Yeah.
you have the trays, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's nice. It's a nice thing to do to return the trays.
Yeah.
But they made it a law that if you don't return the trays, now you get fined.
Really?
Wow.
I mean, I think it's
Now it's too much.
it's,
Yeah.
it's,
It's so
it's a
funny.
considerate thing to return the
Yeah,
trays.
yes.
But I feel like you shouldn't like you can't
Yes.
you can't mandate being considerate.
Yeah. Wow. Just wait until like let's say anything before 12 p.m. If you don't say good morning, you're fucking
Yeah.
like,
If
yeah.
you don't hold the door for the next person,
Yeah.
you're fine.
Yeah.
Like
Oh my
every
God.
time you have to hold the door minimum 5 times a week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You have to get a chop next to it. Wow.
So wait, how do you even apply that, like the hawker center thing? Do you have like secret like aunties like who are in disguise?
like the dusting for thumbprints. They're like, who the fuck, who's strange? Who's strange?
They probably have cameras. I have no idea how they
Oh
do
my
that.
God.
Imagine getting a fine, like a letter in the mail
Yeah.
because you're at the hawker center.
Yeah. Ironically, they give you this fine. They serve you the fine.
Yeah. You're like, yeah, you didn't deliver the fine.
Yeah. He serve it to you in a tray. Please return the tray back.
But
as well.
why is it like culturally like, because obviously you guys are Chinese and the Chinese like the majority and that I was in mainland and here is also Chinese whatever and like a lot of Chinese people we're not as Chinese people here or in mainland are not as rule worshipping as you guys. Why is that?
I think it's from a young age, I remember being told like Singapore was a successful country.
Right.
And I remember like from even in the school days, like I remember there was this message. I think a lot of Singaporeans probably have this message like drilled into them. I don't think it's true, but that the reason we're successful is because the only reason we're successful because we have all these rules.
Right.
And if we didn't have all these rules, society would just crumble into chaos. And that idea, that idea
Basically,
was,
it would be Malaysia.
So that idea is like just which I don't think is true because like there are a lot of successful countries that don't have all these rules.
Right.
And,
and they're hoping that you won't the rules. You can't look at other countries. That's the rule. So you have no idea.
Well, my brother lives in Dubai, and now Dubai is a complete mess. I didn't really talk to him about that, but I have other friends, and apparently now it's becoming illegal for the citizens or anyone who lives in Dubai to start sharing what's happening around them because Dubai is trying to contain like the narrative, and they're like, oh, if you post like a photo of like an interception of missile with a drone, you can get like deported basically and fined and stuff like that.
Oh.
So yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Wow, that would suck. What if like you reenacted it at home? Just like took the paper and threw at it. This is what's going on over here. Imagine.
Yeah. But I think it's like, you know, like when you're talking about like the following the rules and everything, people always find a way around it. But you guys seem to not even be trying.
Yeah.
Like everyone is just like so okay with it.
Yeah, it's almost like even I noticed this during COVID, like that sometimes someone doesn't follow like we have all these petty rules, and when someone doesn't follow a petty rule, there's a lot of Singaporeans willing to like even taking pride in being the one to snitch on them. Even if the petty rule is like this person's not hurting anyone, they're just not they're just not following the letter of the rule and whatever. And there's a lot of Singaporeans who take pride in being the Karen who snitches on the person.
I'm the one who.
But that must be so fun to be a lawmaker in Singapore because that's generally a boring job elsewhere. But I feel like I would have fun. I'm like just creating new, because I know people love rules. I'm just gonna make all this like dumb rules, like no glasses after 12 p.m. for an hour. See like people just running into each other and stuff. I'm like, hey, I made this new rule.
Just for like at least a day.
Exactly.
And no one dares oppose it.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got this down. So first of all, that the whole thing about like you're gonna go to jail or you're gonna have life sentence, whatever, because if you bring drugs, blah blah blah, is like. It's Singapore's experience. They're like, welcome.
Yes.
Let's begin the whole experience of like, it's all about restrictions.
Well, we need to get his point of. So when you're coming to Hong Kong and you come a lot, when you're coming to Hong Kong, do you feel like the rules are like looser? Like, do you feel that like this is a less restrictive place in terms of like rules?
Yeah, it's less restrictive. Yeah, like I like. It's a bit refreshing coming from Singapore where there's all these rules and which is almost like Singapore but with a little bit more freedom, you know, like,
right.
like a little bit
I'm
more,
gonna take this as a clear win, by the way. This is one Hong Kong thing.
Yeah, I think
that's coming from you saying that is like I'll just take this as a win. Okay, but I will actually give you that on the other side until like before we go into both cities as an experience is airports because they win by
a mile.
By by
Changi Airport is like that's a guarantee 1 point over there.
That is crazy. Like, how did you guys like nail it so hard with the airport? Like, what was there for? Obviously, the airport's great. They made a good one.
Yeah.
But was there something behind it?
Was there like a rule?
We should. Yeah. Was there a rule?
This must be awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know about that, but I do know that Singapore, the mentality behind the government is they always want to project the image,
great image,
the image that we're the best.
Typical Asian family. Everyone outside, they must believe,
So I imagine like airport being the first thing that visitors see when they come to Singapore. They will want to make that like the big spectacle, like have a waterfall in there and
the whole jewel.
Have they thought about making the rest of the city as cool as the airport?
I mean, certain parts of the city. I think that the more touristy parts of the city, like like
Marina
the
Bay,
Gardens by the Bay, Marina
Yeah.
Bay Sands. Those parts they do make sure. But then if you go in the heartlands of Singapore, I think they.
This is proper Asian family.
Yeah.
Like everything outside
Just
that door
outside, yeah,
with
yeah.
smiles. You know, you don't cry outside. Everything. You come home, you're like, we fucking hate each other and shit, right?
Yeah.
But
There is an Indian guy hiding somewhere.
yeah,
They're like, don't
somebody
look at
like,
him.
no, this doesn't exist. You don't know this guy. You
Yeah,
know this guy. Yeah, it doesn't exist. Okay. So the whole idea, okay, the airport now that makes sense because they're trying to project to the whole world we're awesome and everything, and they probably did the math like, look. For everyone who comes into Singapore, maybe out of 10 people, maximum 2 will genuinely go into the real part of the city.
Yeah.
That's 20%.
Yeah.
But if you convince 80%, including transit people and everything, that Singapore's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
They'll look
You'll
at
come back.
No, that and also
Yeah.
look at 20% and be like, you lost your mind.
Yeah.
Clearly, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah.
I mean, we've all been to Singapore. It's great. And then the 20% doubts themselves. They're like, I think, shit, were we in Singapore still?
It's like
I feel like, did we go to Malaysia? What's going on?
it's a big gaslighting conspiracy.
Yeah, right over there.
Singapore is gaslighting. It's,
Yeah. Anyway, they're like, well, I think you're the one that has a problem. It's not us.
I was actually just reading on the news that you guys also have now like quite a high return, like high rejection rate at the airport. Like people are just being sent back a lot, more than usual.
For what reason?
Visitors, like people are just like being like. I think what I read is like it's Singapore is cracking down on like immoral, like something's really strange, like the unwanted visitors or something. And they're like the machines, because the machines that you guys have now are fascinating. They're actually, even for a visitor, like here in Hong Kong, if you have a Hong Kong ID, you're going through for like 10 seconds. So basically what you're doing is you're putting it in the chip thing and you wait, and then you go through one gate and then you look at the camera or maybe a thumbprint, and that's about 10 seconds. As a visitor in Singapore, even for the first time, you're not going through any of this. Not a citizen, a visitor like me. You're just going through the electronic gate and you're not putting your passport anywhere. It's just an eye print, and that's the end. It took like 3 seconds.
Oh, wow.
Which is the fastest in the world by far. But when I read the news about like rejecting, that means that machine is rejecting people.
Oh, okay.
Which is really crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
The machine saying, I spy with my little eye. This guy's not welcome.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
But did you know about this, or is it just like on the news from?
I haven't been on top.
I'll
of
find it for you. You guys talk. I will find it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so now we've scored this 1-1, as in like the hostile welcome, which is part of the whole package.
Yeah.
But then the airport makes me kind of like, they're pretty awesome. They're quite nice. I mean, I can't do drugs, sure, but beautiful airport, I must say. All right, so you get out of the airport, right? And then, first of all, getting out of the airport, immigration, all that stuff, why are all the staff there old? Like the airport, like everyone's old.
Really? Like immigration?
Maybe just the Singapore lines, all young people, but like all the international passports and everything, always old guys standing like, passport, and stuff like that. I'm like, well, how, like, is it a thing? Is it like how people have that idea of like, when I retire, I'm gonna do this? Is it in Singapore, like when I get to 65, I'm gonna go work at the airport?
So I imagine that's probably an economic thing, as in people who are retired and don't have much skills.
Yeah.
I mean, getting a job at the airport, that's something they can still do.
Sure, yeah.
If they're old, they don't have the physical strength to do manual labor anymore, and they don't have much of other skills.
Yeah.
I imagine
You still have the skill of holding a sign.
Yeah.
Yes.
I imagine
This way.
Yeah, I imagine it's the same reason why when you go to the cinema, if there's someone who tests the ticket for you, that's
old guy.
I imagine the same reason. It's an economic reason. Like,
True.
Yeah.
Keeps them busy as well.
Yeah.
So to go back on this, it's actually like I was wrong on how they implement it, but the story is true. It's very recent as well. So from 30th of January this year, Singapore will order airlines worldwide to prohibit undesired passengers from boarding flights to the city-state from January 30 under new policy to boost security. So basically, you're telling like airlines to do it from the point of origin.
Okay.
But the whole thing, it's news because it's so vague by design. It basically says undesired immigrants.
Yeah.
And it's not really clear what that means. So,
I mean, that's pretty
travelers are
nice.
normally denied entry to a country by immigration authority after they arrive. But Singapore's like, no, you guys do the work from the other country. The ICA said the new rule is a step forward as it blocks people deemed threat to the country from reaching Singapore. This strengthens Singapore's border security by keeping the potential threats by reaching its shores in the first place. Singapore requires all travelers to obtain an e-arrival card within 3 months, blah, blah, blah. But then it's not really clear who are the undesired immigrants.
Yeah, they didn't define
But this is like a new law that they now have. I mean, it's not surprising it's a new law,
Yeah.
but Yeah.
So how is if it's not defined, how does the airline is responsible for
Yes.
denying that?
Yes.
But how does the airline know?
I think what they have you seen the show Curb Your Enthusiasm?
I haven't seen.
Okay,
it.
so they have this thing where like Larry David, the main guy, he like kind of sees something suspicious and just they do the stare down. Just like eye to eye looking
yeah.
at it, like just staring at each other for like a good 10 seconds. And if he looks at you and you don't look suspicious, like, okay. So I think maybe that's what they do at the counters. They look at you like, and they look at him like, and they play the music, all that stuff, and they're kind of like, okay, which will slow down like check-in and everything. But for Singapore safety, come on, that's important.
Okay.
Right over there. Okay, well
So,
that's
yeah,
some
well,
policy.
Reddit, I got the answer very quickly. Reddit, r-Singapore said this type of advanced passenger processing is performed by many countries, including Australia, USA, UAE, and whatever. It's particularly effective for island countries like Australia and New Zealand, where the overwhelming majority of people are coming by air. But basically, it just gives people, the airlines, some power of like, if you think they're sus, don't let them board, which is crazy.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's come back. We'll still do the competition thing. So
Yeah.
we've got that thing again. I'll give it that to the rule. That's the rule thing where they're not letting you to enter Singapore and everything. So
Yes.
we gave the rule thing. We didn't give them a point because I was just being rude.
Yes, that is
Okay.
rude. Yeah.
That's just rude. Okay.
Yeah.
So we finished the airport. We get in. People are old. All that shit.
People are old.
People are old.
Actually, no, we have older people. We have actually the highest, what is it called?
Life expectancy?
Life expectancy in the world is Hong Kong.
But working at the airport.
No, not work, but in
No,
general,
that-
we just have so many fucking old people.
Yeah, but they're pushing trolleys of paper.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
yeah.
and they're just like being grumpy on the streets.
Yeah, oh my
looking
god.
at you.
Yeah,
You know,
true. So I guess do we give that to Singapore? At least they're working at the
No,
airport.
the airport they get one, so it's 1-1 now.
Yes. Okay.
All right, so we've now gone through immigration.
Yes.
we got our baggage and everything. We got all that shit. Now we leave the airport, and you have the MRT. First of all, you lose a point for spelling it wrong. It should be MTR.
That's true. What is going on with the MRT?
Yeah, that's the plagiarism, immediate clear plagiarism. They're
Yes.
like, well, we're not copying. It's the different position of the letter. I'm like,
What
okay.
does MRT stand for? Because MTR is metro. It's so easy.
Metro.
MTR is
MRT
metro.
Yeah, but
mass rapid transit. I think
Ah,
that's how it is.
I think like we're the mass transit railway. I
Oh,
think that's
MTR
what-
is not actually metro.
No, it's not.
Oh,
But that's what you call it. Yeah, mature.
Yeah.
Yeah. So see, I think we were like mass transit railway.
Yeah.
These were like we're fucking rapid,
Yeah. We're
fast, man. So you have that. Okay.
But I think I like our Airport Express more.
Yeah.
Because you guys have a dedicated
but-
line.
not
like-
really. You only have one stop. See, that's the difference. Your train is like that one stop to the airport, right?
Yeah.
And you got to change in this. What's the station? You have to change? What's the name of the station? I forget. Well, whatever. It's that station
Yeah.
that everybody gets up with suitcases. They're like, this piece of shit.
Right.
We have like a dedicated airport express.
Yeah.
It's like where we put our heart and soul and said, this is for the airport, not, oh shit, we need a train for the airport.
Yes.
Go here and then connect. So we do not need to immediately interact with people who are just like the general Hong Kong citizens
That's
if you come
true.
to the airport. So you don't have like these assholes with suitcases amongst like general public.
That's true.
But you guys don't have that. You're just like, oh, just put it on.
Actually, I will also say in their defense, because it's so small, you can take a grab from the airport. It's not that bad
Yeah.
of a cost.
Yeah.
So you can take it for like, I don't know, what is it, 50 Sing
Yeah,
or
but
something.
Singapore does the same thing as Hong Kong does. We lie to you with all the greenery from the airport.
Oh, true.
They
Yes.
do that as well.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
the first
yeah.
time I was there, I was like, wow, these trees are cool and everything, Then you get in the city, like, oh, you
The
did
trees
the
were
same.
just at the airport.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
that kind of shit, Then you start seeing the buildings, like, bullshit.
But before leaving the airport, actually, like I've been many times, but I never got the chance to see the jewel until this last time, and that was actually really fucking impressive. That you guys just get another point on
Oh,
top
okay.
of that.
Shit,
Do you,
okay.
as a citizen, like, do you care for it, or do you like, it's overrated?
I mean, like, I imagine is you have this mall where you like they have a movie theater there. Like, do people really like watch movies before they go board the
Yeah.
plane? Do they actually like go to the airport like 5 hours
Yeah,
so
in
they can catch a
advance.
2-hour movie and then
Right.
still be in the airport?
Well, if they made it a law
Yeah.
that you have to watch a movie
Yes.
before you get on the plane,
Yes.
that will do very good. You must watch a movie, and when you get on the plane, be like, what was the movie about?
Like, but I grew up like around the pyramids, for example, and I genuinely didn't care until I was like 18, and then I took someone there. I'm like, oh my god, this is really impressive.
Oh, yeah.
So do you feel the same way, like, but like something like that? You're like, who cares? Or do you think it's actually really cool?
I mean, it's probably like a good way to make money from people just as they're about to leave.
Yeah.
You know, like
Clear your
To spend
cash
money
off.
at the
like,
mall.
Yeah, just spend the money at the mall and like just suck the final dollars out of there before they or is someone just coming in and the quick transit like get their money and then before they leave. you know,
Right,
it's like-
right.
it's like, yeah,
True,
so-
true. Because like if you have like 3-4 hours, you'd be like, all right, let me go out there, walk around, have a drink, have a meal, and then come back in.
Yeah.
That's true. Actually, yeah, that's a smart idea.
Yeah.
Because then again, I mean, the whole Jew thing is kind of like sucking the water in anyway.
Ah, that's true.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sure it's a feng shui thing, dude.
You know what's funny? Like I told you when I saw it, like they also have like you can mostly see it for free, and they have one tiny bridge where you can pay to like go on it like uninterrupted or like a slight like a 5% better view.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like 100 Singaporean dollars. to see.
Yeah.
I'm like, who is gonna do that? But like idiot tourists are lining up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like this is so stupid. Like you can see where that little overpass is, and like oh it's right there. Like I can imagine
Yeah.
the view.
Oh yeah.
But then they're charging people anyway.
It must be one of those things like that. Surely there must be something. You
Yeah.
gotta go check it out. You know,
Yeah,
people
yeah.
is falling for that every single day.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're at 2-1.
Yes.
All right, MTR MRT, I think it's a tie.
Yeah, it is a
You know,
tie.
even though ours is like the Airport Express is better because we have, like I said, a dedicated train, but you have like one stop, so it doesn't really count.
Yeah.
But we'll give you that train. I mean, your MRT, the good thing is that it's. I have never been on it when it's like packed like Hong Kong. Hong Kong's trains can like fucking get packed, and you're like, oh my god, this is ridiculous.
Do you get like, does it get like ever like annoyingly
Yeah, I think mostly during the office rush hour. Like,
But is it like to the point that you have to like the stations are packed and you're waiting for 3 trains before you can get on?
okay? There have been times when like the train breaks down.
Yeah.
which happened like quite a few times.
Oh really?
Right.
Oh.
It's becoming like in recent years. It become more of an. I think people seem to notice that the frequency of train breakdown.
But nobody gets pissed off.
They do get pissed off.
no,
because,
it's a law to not get pissed off.
Especially, I think there was once the train breakdown. And it was during the exam period, and then therefore a lot of students were late to the exam.
Right.
And that caused a problem. Yeah,
Of course.
So things it does happen. But I think when everything is running well, it'll get packed, but not like super
Yeah.
like you have to wait for them.
Yeah, I guess it's not so
You might have to
rapid.
wait one or twice, but the train comes pretty frequently during
Yeah.
rush hour. But when it breaks down, that's a big issue.
Dude, when it breaks down here, I believe like the Hong Kong government, there's some sort of policy that for every minute that the train's not running, they have to pay a big fee.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
the MTR
Nice.
I mean, we don't get it as
Yeah, we don't get it, but they-
citizens,
yeah.
but yeah, the MTR has to pay like the government a fine.
Yeah, yeah.
basically.
Every
okay.
minute or something is ridiculous.
Because everything is like
It's
privatized.
reliant. Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like,
it's
MTR
privatized,
is a private company,
Yeah.
and they're like, yeah, if you don't get your shit together, you have to pay us basically.
Oh, I don't think we have that per minute charge, and in Singapore, I don't think we have that. So
well, I mean, I would give us that. It's like it's cool
I
that
think
they are
so.
holding
Yeah,
them
yeah.
responsible.
Because the MTR, I must say, is pretty damn fucking reliable, man.
It's so reliable.
yeah. When things go down, it's like the biggest news, dude. Like in Hong Kong, like, oh shit. Like in Japan, when they're like trains a minute late, they're like, oh shit, you know.
Yeah.
In Hong Kong, it's not late, but it's like if one line's not working,
Yeah.
you're gonna know, dude. It's gonna be the fucking top headline of the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, okay, we're 2-2.
Yes, you
We're
were
2-2.
2-2.
All right.
Yes.
All right. We got on the train and everything. What would you do before a show? You would check in. Hotel's the same. It doesn't matter, right?
Depends. If you stay in Little India,
Actually, yeah.
I would compare
Budget
Little
hotels.
India to
Chongqing.
Chongqing Mansion. Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Are we talking about budget hotels? Because like in Singapore, I've never had a budget hotel in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
But in Singapore, I've done like Hong Kong mini hotels, a budgety kind of
Yeah.
thing. In Singapore, like some of the budget hotels when we first started doing Comedy Masala. dude,
Yes,
we were
that's the
putting,
one
like,
at
some-
Little India.
Little India.
Fucking Omar.
Yeah, yeah.
They would just put us in the same
Okay.
hotel. You obviously haven't stayed there because
Yeah.
you're from there. But there is one hotel particularly. I can put it up from my email. Don't ever go there. So it's like Little India is actually, the neighborhood itself is pretty nice, very vibrant.
Yeah.
But the hotel itself is a prison cell, like an actual prison cell. It's
Yeah.
just like no windows, and it stinks, and
Oh.
it's like, very, very bad. So
Okay.
even when you do like a buyout, he'll give you like whatever it is, like 100 Sing or something, whatever he's paying for the hotel.
Yeah.
And you're like, I would rather sleep on the street.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think allowing those again, it's one of those things that the streets are relatively clean and this and that.
Yeah.
But the moment like you're in the hotel when no one can see, like this piece of shit. Yeah.
But here we have notoriously bad ones in like Chunky Mansions, for example.
I'm sure you must have some.
No,
bad
I've
ones.
stayed there
Oh, really?
before. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Okay,
when I
okay.
didn't. So, are you familiar with Chunky Mansion?
Well, the
James?
first time I came to Hong Kong, I stayed at
See, that's
Chongqing
a very
Mansion, yeah.
common mistake,
Chongqing
right?
Mansion, yeah.
Because everyone, like, you book like Sunshine Hotel or whatever,
Yeah.
and you don't know it's in that same building. They
Yeah.
have like 1,000 names,
Yeah.
and they're all like basically run by the one gang or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're all like, what's your experience there?
It was like a tiny, we're recording in a pretty tiny room right now.
Yeah.
But my hotel room was about this size. There's a bed, and somehow there's a
Was there a mysterious lady in your hotel room too?
Yeah, always.
yeah, but yeah, I knew I had I was broke the first time I came to Hong Kong.
Yeah.
I was doing the I think Hong Kong
The competition?
competition.
Yeah.
Competition.
You
I think
pay for
that's
yourself.
right. Yeah. So and I was broke. I was
Yeah.
I knew I had to find the cheapest accommodation I
Right,
can find.
yeah.
And that happened to be in Chongqing Mansion. So
Yeah. But did you know what Chungking Mansion is before?
I vaguely heard about it. Like
Yeah.
I vaguely heard like it was like
See, if you had watched Chungking Express, Wong Kar
movie,
Wai's, one of his best movies, you would never stay there because it showed like a pretty like beautiful, like visually beautiful, like it's shot well, but like inside it just shows you how shady it was.
Yeah.
oh okay.
Yeah.
All right, I think we're tied there though.
Yeah, but then I would like to compare the shady parts of Singapore, which I don't know much about. Do you guys have any like proper CD, like maybe dangerous?
Yeah, not like Orchard Tower. That's like too famous anyway.
Yeah. They have like places, neighborhoods that are like, ooh, that's just ghetto.
I mean, in Singapore, there's the estate that has the reputation of like having a lot of weird shady
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Is Yishun.
What is that?
Yishun. It's in the north of
So it's close to Malaysia.
It's close, but not the closest.
Right.
But pretty north.
Yeah,
pretty
okay.
north in Singapore. And
What's there?
I don't know, just weird things. Like it's just a housing estate, just like any other.
Yeah.
It's a big complex with a lot of buildings. Is that what it
It's
is?
a whole area with different apartment buildings.
It's one of those. Yeah. So
Yeah.
statistically speaking, if just 1% is weird, it's like that's a lot of weird
Right.
people in
Yeah,
one
yeah.
place.
But like, how crazy can things get? That's the
Yeah.
thing. Like in Singapore,
Like for example, recently there was like reports of like somebody like torturing cats there, like just stray cats.
Whoa, yeah, okay.
Like stray cats, like getting injured mysteriously, and
Yeah.
they try to find who's the person like doing this to the cats. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think what you're saying is the equivalent to like even in Hong Kong, if you go towards the border more north, you get some of like, let's say, poor districts or whatever.
yeah.
And there are every now and then reports, like if you really follow the stupid online gossip stuff.
Yeah.
So one person, there was a report I think somewhere where they were going to the market and waiting until the market starts closing when they throw away certain fish and everything. They go collect the fish from the dumpster. When they're all complete fish, full fish over there,
Yeah.
and they go outside on the streets and put them on a little foam board and sell them.
Oh,
Yeah, they
oh
do
my
stuff
God.
like so stuff like
Holy
that.
shit.
Yeah, and people
That's
will
pretty
buy
bad.
it. And like by that time you're like, smells fish. You're like, it's fish. So like, okay, fine. Okay. So I think we have equivalents like that.
Yeah.
You would have like for some reason just that area seems to attract people that does a lot of, let's say, abnormal things.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
one thing I feel like Singapore would win at for sure is their hawker centers versus our cooked food market.
Oh no, this is better.
Theirs is way better.
Way better,
I think. Yeah. So have you been to a cooked food market here in Hong Kong?
Cooked food market is that
It's our hawker center, kind of.
is that like the Da Pai Tong?
Kind
No.
of, but
Yeah,
that
kind
is
of, yeah.
nicer.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kung Fu Market is like the government hawker markets kind of a deal.
Okay.
And you'll have all these little stalls, but it's like a government center.
Yeah.
And but the like your hawker markets have like say famous stuff that is well known. Like, oh, it's pretty good stuff. Here the Kung Fu markets, you might have one or two that are famous, but not enough to be like, oh, you gotta go to the Kung Fu market, man.
Yeah.
You know, Dai Padong is different, but you get Dai Padongs there as well. You get a whole bunch of those though, right?
Yeah, kind of. But the Da Pai Tongs I've been to in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, like I think my first trip to Hong Kong.
Yeah.
A little bit more ghetto than Singapore.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Yeah, it can be more get it. I think Singapore was you also have the safe like the cleanliness signs. even for that,
So
but-
Singapore with like all these like again one of those many regulations.
Yeah.
Where the restrictions that you have to display.
Yeah.
Your,
Your-
Your
level.
smiley rating. What is it
there's all these like your most recent inspection from the
Yeah.
you have
Yeah.
to display it or something like that.
Yeah.
So all these.
See, that we don't have here. First
No.
of all, even if there was such a law, they'd be like, the fuck? Fuck you, man. I'm clean. I am clean, okay?
Yeah.
I think I'm clean. I don't need you to tell me I'm clean.
Yeah.
They don't
Hong Kong in that way is like more rebellious, like the locals, especially
Yeah.
like the older they get, the less they give a fuck about
Yeah.
the rules.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, blow me. Like, I don't care.
Because, like, I mean, fair enough. They're like, look, I've maintained this level of cleanliness and I'm older than you.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty fucking sure I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And if I was able to survive 70 years, trust me, whatever I'm cleaning, products or whatever, the level of hygiene I'm using is fine.
Yeah.
Right? But over there, you're like, I'm 70, but then again, maybe I got lucky.
Well, the whole country is, how old is the country?
Wait.
It's old enough.
Oh, he's
man.
about to lose his.
1965, that will make it 60.
Oh, okay.
That's
65,
really,
yeah,
really
that's
young.
like-
that's-
So there are people in Singapore who are
60.
older than Singapore.
Yeah, they are.
Wow.
What were they before?
They were part of Malaysia. I think.
Yeah,
So
before
did they
the-
have like an old like Malaysian passport?
I don't know. Like they probably all switched to
Yeah,
Singapore passport
immediately.
when you're independent.
Yeah.
when we got independence, they probably just switched.
Yeah,
it,
just like scratch the Malaysia word, put
Yeah.
like SING, you know.
yeah, so.
That's
yeah.
crazy. Like it is. Yeah, it's interesting to learn that like there are people in the country who are older than the actual country.
Yeah.
Shouldn't
Yeah.
they by default become like
The rulers.
The rulers, exactly.
Yeah.
Like the
Or-
OGs.
Or they're allowed to not follow the rules.
Oh yes,
Oh,
yeah. Like bitch, I was here before.
Yeah,
and
you
then
don't
you
tell
came in
me.
with your rules.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a
Yeah,
great point.
right? Yeah, like,
I
that's
think
how
that should be the next rule to propose.
Yeah.
is to exempt the old people
Yeah.
who are older than Singapore from following the rules.
Yeah, right? 70 years and anyone born this year before.
Yes.
1964 before, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yes.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can chew gum. You can
Oh,
like
dude.
spit on the street. Yeah.
Right? There's like, and then when people see them, like, oh, that's the last of them. This
Yeah.
is it. As the years go by, they're like, oh, there's not many people spitting shit. They're all
Yeah,
going.
yeah.
They're getting extinct, and you're gonna have like one of those like David Attenborough kind of things that now crossing the road.
Oh my god! And the last one is gonna be like super famous.
Yeah.
Like protect them at all costs.
Yeah. Everybody's like, dude, you just let her do what she needs to do. man.
exactly.
Oh man, like you have the mascot and shit.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Merlion gets replaced by that person pissing into the ocean. That's the final rebellion.
Yes,
That's
yes.
The final.
I don't
one,
think
yeah.
they will ever honor like they wouldn't like obviously like display that like the person who's breaking the rules.
No, they're not. They're not displaying it. That person was just pissing on
All
their
right,
own.
yeah.
You get it? And that became a thing. That became the internet sensation.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, you know what I mean, like so. Then like now, obviously the Merlion thing is where people take a photo with their mouth open, like they're trying to spit
Yeah.
water out.
Yeah.
But then the next internet trend will be them trying to pretend they're peeing.
Yes.
And then water comes from the Merlion's mouth. You know,
Yeah.
I think it'll be one of those things.
So
That'll be it.
I heard from totally people we don't know is that like when you are a Singaporean citizen and you go out to Bangkok, let's say, where doing some forms of drugs is completely legal, like weed,
Yeah.
and then you go back to Singapore as a citizen, you might actually get like problems at the airport.
Yeah, I think it's like even like one of our Olympic swimmers, named Joseph Schooling. He was our Olympic swimmer. I think he went overseas and then did some drugs.
Oh, people
went,
saw.
went back to Singapore, got tested, and then and then he got in trouble.
Wow.
He was like he was I think our first Olympic gold medalist.
Oh damn.
In swimming, he beat Michael Phelps.
See,
Holy shit!
Yeah. He won the gold medal by beating
yeah,
Michael
well,
Phelps.
he made that mistake, dude.
And
He
then-
got famous.
Yeah.
so that's
I
one of
mean-
the famous cases in
So
Singapore.
my sources told me that like a lot of Singaporeans then go, if they go to Bangkok, for example, because a lot of people go there, they go then to Malaysia first, and then they cross over because it's less likely to get tested. Is that?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I don't know.
Wow.
But like I think my question here is like, is there a debate at all in the country that like it's not okay to like test people if you're doing something legal in another country? Because that doesn't make sense to. The crime is you have it in your system.
Yeah.
And you're bringing it in. That's
But
weird.
isn't that the same as like stuffing like condoms full of heroin in your ass?
No.
It's in your system.
No.
the same thing.
That's smuggling versus consuming.
No, but you were consuming by your mouth versus your ass.
That's storing. Storing versus consuming is different. That storing means you're gonna use it again. But that one is consumed already.
Okay.
But
fair
my
enough,
question
yeah.
is it a debate at all? Do people talk about that?
Well, again,
I find it very strange.
I find it strange too.
Yeah.
And I think there are probably some Singaporeans that find it strange. But again, that's the Singapore mentality that whenever you talk about a rule,
Yeah.
a lot of Singaporeans will, we should have that rule. And so even in cases like this,
Yeah.
where you're overseas and you do something totally illegal and then you come back to Singapore,
Yeah.
just the fact that you did something that
Against the rules, yeah.
that's illegal in Singapore, but you
Right.
did it overseas.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of Singaporeans will still, you should have that rule. You shouldn't do that.
So you're representing, in other words, like your heart's still Singaporean.
Let's go into a dicey territory here. And imagine if you go to another country and the age of consent is different. Like I'm not joking. Like
Yeah.
I'm not
And-
joking, kind of.
and like
Whatever.
the
Like
guy-
imagine
the guy-
it like it's a country, for example. I don't know the but like maybe let's say a country has 21, right?
Yeah.
And then in Singapore it's like 24.
Yeah.
Right? So you have sex with someone who's like 22.
Yeah.
And then you go back to Singapore and now that's illegal. And you're gonna get convicted of like rape. You know what I mean?
So I don't know if we have that rule, but if you talk about it, I'm sure a lot of Singaporeans will say, yeah, just convict. Look, Singaporeans like the Singaporean mentality is like we don't care to defend freedoms. Like we don't fuck your freedoms. That's the Singaporean mentality.
Yeah.
Like again, like I said, they take pride in being the country with all the restrictions.
Yeah.
So that's a very common mentality
cool,
in
dude.
Singapore.
I guess it's a human thing. Like in Japan, they take pride of cleaning places up and
Right.
everything, and saying, you know, wherever I am, I'm going to still do that.
Yeah.
Same equivalent with Singapore. That wherever I am, I still have to follow my rules from home.
Dude, in Japan, I just realized like I was with a friend who wanted to smoke on the street, and like in Japan is super strict. And the best place in the entire universe to quit smoking immediately is those like rooms that they have in the middle of Tokyo when people can go and smoke.
Oh, yeah.
They make it filthy on purpose.
yeah.
It's so fucking disgusting. I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna stand with you here. It's so gross. And because outside the whole Tokyo is like beautiful and shiny, and inside they're like, here's you basically look just like an animal, like in a container.
confined,
Confinement. It's really bad.
Damn.
Yeah. But I'm like, yeah, that's actually a good way to make people quit pretty quickly. Like, I don't want to stand here. But yeah, you guys actually have also quite strict smoking laws, which I actually agree with. Like, that's like, you know, if people are smoking, it should be like yes, it's also a choice, whatever, but then make it a bit harder. I actually like that in Singapore.
Okay, in Singapore, there have been talks about some people live in the housing estates, you know,
Yeah.
and when they smoke in their own house,
Yeah.
the smoke goes out the window and then
Yeah.
it could go in, and so because of that, some people have actually
Let's make another law.
don't smoke in your own house. Like,
It'd be funny, like don't smoke in the living room, you know?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Only bedroom is okay, bathroom is okay,
Yeah.
living room no, kitchen no, kind of a thing.
But then obviously that becomes like, again, like a slippery slope. It's like, okay, then don't make stinky food, right? It's the same
Yeah.
thing.
yeah,
Like, don't fry fish after 8 p.m. because it might.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually there was a case where someone was cooking a lot of curry in their house, like
Yeah.
and then because the smell came out to some other
Neighbors,
neighbor,
yeah.
and the neighbor didn't like the smell.
Yeah.
They complained about that got in the news.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But in this case, because it was like a racial thing, you know, the Indian family
yeah.
cooking curry, and then the Chinese family didn't like it
Right.
because it's a racial thing. And in Singapore, there's one boundary that they make sure they don't cross. It's like the
race.
actually, race and religion.
harmony.
Race and religion. The
Right.
racial harmony is the thing.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so because of that, I think it wasn't. But if it wasn't like about race, about then
You think it might
They-
have been a law as well?
I wouldn't put it past Singaporeans. Because like I said, they just love restrictions. Every time there's talk in the parliament about having a new restriction,
Yeah.
a whole bunch of Singaporeans come out, yeah, we should do that. Yes. So it's like
That is so cool.
So,
dude.
yeah.
Have you ever thought about, like, let's say, proposing random restrictions, trying to make it a trend, like, you know, making reels or whatever about it, like where, for example, Singaporeans, you have to laugh at least like twice a week.
Yeah.
You know.
So I'll be afraid that we do it as a joke.
Yeah.
And then they take it seriously.
Yeah.
And it actually becomes a law.
Yeah.
And then now you actually go in prison for not laughing twice. It's like-
No, that's true actually, because then you have like you might sell a lot of tickets. People out there like, I'm here just to the show. Okay, I just got to do my time.
Yeah.
I don't want to laugh. I don't give. Do you? I do me. I don't give a shit. Like,
Yeah, you
that's
have
not
like the
point.
people like who are released from prison and they have to do like community service.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
the community service is to come to the show to like laugh.
Yeah.
Compulsory laughter.
Exactly. Yeah, adding more laughter to Singapore.
Yeah.
Like fucking hell, man. I was here last week. It's doing the same set. Oh my god.
I want to get into the food debate because that's also quite big, but we're going to do that on the Patreon because we're out of time.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
sure.
patreon.com/ohopod when you can join us. We're going to do the food debate because we just had some lovely beef brisket Hong Kong noodles.
Yep.
And you liked it.
I loved it.
Yeah, but there is also a debate to be had about like the Hong Kong like traditional like dim sum and all of that versus what you guys have, which is like what nasi lemak, which is a whole debate with Singapore.
Oh, yeah,
with
yeah.
with
Malaysia,
Malaysia.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but what's Singaporean like? What's considered like very traditional Singaporean food?
There's this whole variety of it, like nasi lemak,
Yeah.
or chicken rice, or like bak kut teh.
Chicken
Char kway-
rice. Yeah.
Char kway teow and all
char
that stuff.
kway teow
Yeah,
and all
that's
that. Yeah.
All right, let's have the food fight on the Patreon. Dude, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah,
This
thank
was
you.
Always lovely to have you. How do people find you online?
You can follow me on social media or my website, which is jinxyeo.com, JINXYEO.com. If you want to look for me on social media, just search my name, JINX
Yeah.
space YEO.
Great. And
Jinx
you
Yeo.
have your own show in Singapore.
Yeah, I run my own shows in Singapore.
Great.
Yeah.
So we have a bunch of listeners in Singapore, and obviously people from here travel all the time. So please look up Jinx Yeo. Go catch him live. He is absolutely hilarious. Thank you so much for joining us. And join us on the Patreon. And join us on the live shows here at Backstage Comedy. And we'll see you guys next week. Thank you.